Hi there, welcome to my views and news. Is Djibouti offering a military base to Ethiopia? Djibouti made an offer of port use, full administration, Ethiopia administration on a port to Ethiopia a few days ago. Is it offering a military base as well? Secondly, has OLA called for strike across Oromia? Because since last night we have been seeing messages, statements as if from Friday the OLA intends to impose complete ban, a complete strike on the movement of vehicles and activities of businesses, etc. Thirdly, Fano viewers, a council of facilitators to mediate between Fano and the Ethiopian government is set to meet with with US ambassador to Ethiopia. Let's start with the first news story, which is about new offers being made to Ethiopia about port use. Or that Ethiopia has been using Djibouti's port for years, for decades rather, but now Ethiopia wants to diversify its use of ports. It wants to use more than one port. It wants to have full rights, full control of the port and the corridor leading to the port. That is why Ethiopia talked to Eritrea. Eritrea did not agree to give support to Ethiopia. Then Ethiopia talked to Somalia as well. With Somalia, Ethiopia has been in touch with years, for years to gain access to the ports in Somalia. During Farmajo era too, Ethiopia and Somalia signed some agreements. Ethiopia wanted to build ports in Somalia, but those agreements could not realize. And then at the start of this year, Ethiopia signed MOU with Somaliland. That was the start of regional tensions in the Horn of Africa. So it's clear Ethiopia wants to divert part of its cargo from Djibouti to other ports. And Djibouti obviously alarmed because Djibouti's economy relies heavily on revenue generated from Ethiopian cargo. Djibouti says it is mediating between Ethiopia and Somalia. Basically, it wants to retain Ethiopian cargo. It does not want Ethiopian cargo to be diverted to other ports. Djibouti made an offer to Ethiopia a few days ago. Djibouti's Foreign Minister Mohammed Ali Yusuf said that Djibouti had offered Tajora port to Ethiopia, full administration of the Tajora port. That Ethiopia can use this port. If it wants full administration there, it can install administration there too. Now, Ethiopia wants to establish a naval base too. That is what it agreed with Somaliland. Establishment of a naval base and use of Berbera port in Somaliland. In return of a recognition of Somaliland as a country, and Somaliland would get shares in Ethiopian profitable entity as well. Djibouti is offering a port to Ethiopia. Terms and conditions not clear, but Djibouti's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Muhammad Ali Yusuf, has been heard saying that Djibouti has not offered any military base to Ethiopia. It's clear now that Djibouti is only offering a port, not a military base to Ethiopia. This is the problem for the Ethiopian government. Will Ethiopian government accept the offer of port use while it won't have any naval base in Djibouti? I already analyzed offers from Somalia, Somaliland, and Djibouti to Ethiopia. We compared all these offers. And if you remember, I summed up that it would be difficult for Ethiopia to accept Djibouti's offer, keeping in view that Djibouti has several military bases. Some countries want to relocate the military bases from Djibouti. Djibouti not on good term with Ethiopian ally, that is the UAE. UAE had to. UAE, we saw that UAE built a part of port in Djibouti. Later, differences arose, and Djibouti's government seized control of that port. UAE was expelled from Djibouti. UAE then began legal proceedings against Djibouti's government. And UAE's Ethiopian ally, key ally. That is why it would be difficult for Ethiopia to accept the offer of Djibouti. And secondly, Ethiopia wants to diversify its use of ports. It does not want to rely on one country only. And now, when Djibouti is making it clear it is not offering military base, it means that Ethiopia definitely won't accept the Jora port offer use being made by Djibouti to Ethiopia. Secondly, viewers, OLA has it called for a strike, a transport ban starting from Friday. We have been seeing social media posts since last night. We've been seeing such messages. It was being said that both OLA and OLF had called for this region-wide rather, uh, mm, ban on transport, ban on commercial activities. No statement from the Oromo Liberation Front. I could not confirm such an announcement by the OLA as well. This month is a very busy month. You'll see big events this month. Ethiopian New Year will be celebrated. Then Iricha festival will also be celebrated towards the end of this month. Mescal is also celebrated in September. So if a transport ban is announced by OLA in this month, it would create serious problems for the people of Oromia. Same is the case with the people in Amhara too, that if Fano announced such bans this month, in Amhara, people would face serious difficulties. So we could not confirm any announcement of strike by OLA starting from Friday, which is being propagated in social media. So waiting for confirmation of it. So far, it's unconfirmed. Last viewers, a peace council which was formed to mediate between Fano and Ethiopian Ethiopian government is set to meet with US ambassador to Ethiopia. His name is Arvin Masenga. Arvin is very involved in Ethiopian internal politics. He was in Tigray a few days ago, where he mediated between Getachew Reda and Debretsion-led TPLF groups. The man has been speaking about conflicts in Oromia and Amhara too, criticized Ethiopian government for being tough on journalists, and he called for dialogue. He urged Fano groups OLA a few weeks ago to come to the table for talks. Peace Council was formed to facilitate process of talks in Amhara, but the Peace Council has acknowledged that due to lack of unity in Fano, lack of no interest shown by some Fano groups, it has been difficult for this Peace Council to make any progress. Government has held meetings with this Peace Council, but Fano groups, some are boycotting the Peace Council's meetings. Others, they want to have a central committee first of all Fano groups before the start of any engagements with the government. Basically, this initiative of the establishment of Peace Council has failed, you can say. Peace Council will meet with Arvind Masenga, US ambassador to Ethiopia. Why is there need for such a meeting if the Peace Council is unable to deliver? The foreign diplomats say that whatever little progress is being made should be seized, and people should build on it. That is the way forward. They say that if Fano groups are not organized, it does not mean that talks should not happen altogether. Talks should happen. Some could be part of the talks, others could join later. But whatever progress is possible should be made. Let's see what this Peace Council briefs and what happened at the meeting between the Peace Council and US ambassador. Thank you for watching.